Shalom, Yasharallah. This your brother Dawadah, coming back at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise unto YAHAWAH, BAHASHIM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHIM, RAKAKODASH. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of great MILLSTONE that taught us this truth and that rule well. And citation and much love for you, I can pushing this truth and sincerity in the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So I want to jump onto this here basically this here topic dealing with YouTube, all right, and also the famine of the word. More importantly, the famine of the word, all right. This is a prophecy that's banging at the door, man, letting us know, measuring the time diligently, letting us know what time that we in, man. We at the very end all be all, man. The Lord is about to pull his prophets off the streets, man, all right. So I'm gonna get into this here a couple of these here videos real quick. You know, the other day we was going live with I was going live with the brothers, you know, on we were going live the other day on our live stream, our weekly live stream, you know. And one of the brothers, Tanakala, wound up mentioning about these little boxes that appear at the bottom of your videos, you know. And so I wanted to go in a little deeper on that. As you can see here on the screen, it says, let me see if I can put it to the very top. All right, the very first line of text here says, Al Jazeera is funded in whole or in part by the Qatari government, all right. But nevertheless, these little boxes, all right, they wind up hiding, you know, if you ever get one of these boxes, let's say you're talking in your videos, right? Now they have these algorithms to pick up what you're talking about. So if you're talking about that event that happened in 2001 here in America, over there in New York, all right, they'll wind up putting a box here that'll correct you, talking about what really happened, what they say really happened on that day, all right? Or if you talk about those white lines that be coming out of the back of airplanes that be up in the sky, that be stuff to be falling down on you, you know, they'll wind up giving you a definition of what certain things are. All right. So if you talk about, you know, a lot of different things, you know, but nevertheless, the important thing about those things are when they put these little boxes on your videos, they pretty much put you into a box to where you can't really be found unless somebody, you know, it might even be hard for certain people to type in your video word, the title word by word and still find your video, man, because they're putting you in a box with these little things. All right. And also labeling you as a so-called conspiracy theory, you know, oh, you lying about, you pushing out fake news, here's the real news, you know. They won't let people go over there and fact check for their own self, you know. But nevertheless, we're gonna get into a couple of these videos. I got about 3 videos to play, a total of about 5 minutes. All right, this one here is from Al Jazeera English. It says YouTube bans Holocaust denier videos and policy reversal. All right, so we're gonna jump into a couple of these here videos real quick. None of them are really long. I think the longest one is about 2 or 3 minutes. All right.
YouTube says it will ban what it describes as hateful videos. The video sharing platform owned by Google for block.
Oh, Salakia. This isn't the video I wanted to show first. Give me 1 second. Oh, here it is right here. All right, this one says YouTube to remove hateful videos that propagate supremacist ideas. All right. Now, when you go into supremacists, you know, we all think about so-called white supremacists and things like that. But nevertheless, they're talking about more or less if you think that you're superior to anybody else, and which in reality, shouldn't all nations think that they better than everybody else? Shouldn't you think, you know, if you playing a football team or a basketball team or a football team, as a player on that team, don't you think that your team is better than all the other teams? You see what I'm saying? If you go out and you go buy a car, don't you think that your car is better than all the other cars? You know what I mean? Oh, I got a Honda Accord, but I love my Honda Accord better than your car. Well, yeah, you got a Lamborghini, but I got better gas mileage than you. You see what I'm saying? Whereas the person with the Lamborghini, they're like, yeah, well, you get better gas mileage than me, but my car look way better than yours. So, hey, man, you're going to always be for your own shit, man. You see what I'm saying? So it's nothing wrong with you wanting to be a so-called supremacist, man. All right, especially like just believing in all that. Now, when you go and start making actions towards certain things, like, you know what, let's say I play for a football team, whatever football team, right? I should be for my own team. Yeah, let's say I'm a Tampa Bay Buccaneer player, right? As a Tampa Bay Buccaneer player, somebody asks, what's your favorite team? Of course, the Tampa Bay Bucks. Duh. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then at the same time, you about to go into the Super Bowl against another team, an opponent team. All right. Now, you be like, well, we rooting for which team? We voting for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You know, we're not rooting for the other team, you know, but at the end all be all, you can talk all the junk that you want to the other team. Yeah, we're going to smash them. We're going to, you know, we're going to kill them in the sport game. You know what I mean? Not like murder nobody or nothing like that, but we're going to kill it on the field or whatever, whatnot. We're going to dominate them and this and that. Talking about in the sporting game. All right. But now when you actually start saying certain things like, oh, I'm about to like actually put somebody to death, and then you actually go out and act on those things, that's a completely different situation. Now you just being a goddamn, I don't know what word, you being a damn devil, man. Put it that way. All right. Cause like you see a lot of these different, we call them people from, Iran. them Iranians and stuff like that, right? Or them people in the Middle East, they be screaming death to America. But how many times have you seen Iranians come over here and fuck some shit up here over here in America? You haven't seen that ever in your life. But on the flip side, America be like, oh, we want peace and safety to everybody around the damn world, but they the ones going over here blowing everybody up. You see what I'm saying? They always say, we were trying to make America great again. America's the greatest country on the planet Earth. There's nobody more superior than the Americans. Now, I know you've heard that America was the greatest country on the earth. That's American supremacy, man. Not only just saying that, but you actually enacting all these things. You don't want no other country to be up over top of you, man. That's your national security. You got to secure the fact that your nation is the #1 nation on top of everybody else, man. That's really racial supremacy, man. All right. But what? They don't say nothing about that, man. All these things, everything that's propagated and on the TV here in America, letting you know about America being so great. Donald Trump talking about we're going to make America great again. Well, that's supremacy. Why don't you be equal to all the other nations? How come you don't go stoop down to the same level that Cuba's on and be like the Cubans over there? Or why don't you make them just as equal as you, man? How come you way better than the Cubans? How come your nation is way better than how Donald Trump said these shithole nations? If you're going to call them a shithole nation, you're doing basically the same thing you accusing these people of over here on YouTube, man. All right. So I'm going to get into this here video. It says YouTube to remove hateful videos that propagate supremacist ideas. Comes from the Hindu. 144,000 subscribers. How about that? Spiritual right there. The Hindu, 144K subscribers. All right. It says, let's play the video. This includes Holocaust deniers and the people, the school shooter deniers. We're not really into the school shooting shit. What we call the devil out when the devil being the devil. But the Holocaust deniers, they've been denying the Holocaust from Jump Street. Really, if anything, you motherfuckers are propagating a lie about that and actually causing people's lives over there. You were in the Middle East talking some, oh, God gave you this land and so on and so forth. But if anybody else told you that God, oh, you talk about them Islamic motherfuckers, God told them, apparently, according to them, that it was all right to go on a so-called jihad or whatever, religious war. But, oh, they're religious extremists. What about you motherfuckers over there in Israel kicking people up out of the damn land and subjugating these motherfuckers and bombing the whole Middle East just because you said God gave you the land, and when we all know that's a blatant fucking lie, man. The Most High hates you Edomites, man. All right? With a fervent hatred. You the people of his indignation forever, man. All right? But nevertheless, we're going to continue. Oh, we're talking about the Holocaust deniers. They really coming at us with that, all right? Hey, because why? If the Holocaust fake, they ain't really them people. They ain't supposed to be over in the land. The so-called white man gave them that land. It's not according to the prophecies, man. They talking about the Lord set them up. Well, also in the prophecy, the Lord said when he set his people back up over there, it's not going to be war no more, man. They're not going to have war no more. They're going to dwell in safety and in peace. What's going on over there right now? They're always in a conflict or things like that. So-called trying to defend themselves, man. All right. So what, going into what? Holocaust denier. This is also denying all the things that they got going on over there. All right. Showing you how they trying to cut us off, but they're not coming out directly say, yeah, we about to get these so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans offline from telling they people they Hebrew Israelites. Let me go back because they talk about these Jewish people too. Conspiracy theories about Jews. What about conspiracy theories about so-called Negroes? What about conspiracy theories about so-called Mexicans? What about conspiracy theories about so-called Native Americans? Oh, we could talk shit about them because they ain't nothing but some niggas and some spicks. Or we could talk about anybody else, but we can't, you know, these Asians, these Arabs and shit. Like, oh, we can make up all kind of shit about them, but we can't have a conspiracy theory about these so-called Jews. And really, break down the word conspiracy first and foremost, because you fucking Americans don't know what this shit mean anyway. Now, the real definition of conspiracy means con, together, spiracy, or spire, which is like a breath, which con, together in one breath, or how we say you on one accord, right? You go to one McDonald's and you go to the next McDonald's. They in the conspiracy together. They on one accord with one another. All right. They got the same breath, more or less to say. Our #1 is going to be the same #1 that you find in any and every other McDonald's. They all going to be the same shit. Because they're in a conspiracy together with one another. They're in an agreement. They're on one accord with one another. All right. But now, the other definition of which people still don't know that definition of when they use conspiracy is basically one or more, or no, it can't be one person. Two or more people coming together in agreement, which is the same shit. You know what I'm saying? You on accord with one another, but two or more people in agreement of something, basically to commit a crime. All right. So if like me and another person, you know, me and let's say Fred, we riding in the car and we like, you know what? Man, what you think about robbing that bank over there? All right. Now that's a conspiracy. All right. Now for you to have a conspiracy theory, all right, I mean, I don't even know if you can really have a conspiracy theory, because the people who would have the theory about the shit, just like me and Fred finna go rob a store or whatever, whatnot. But then a third person come around and be like, you know what? I think these niggas is over there about to rob that store. You see what I'm saying? But nevertheless, you know, they not really conspiring with nobody else. But nevertheless, it's two or more people on one accord with one thing about something. All right. But now they would make you think that a conspiracy theory is basically a lunatic, man. Because literally you can go to jail for conspiring to get, like, that's what, hey, going back what I'm saying, going into a crime, man. Conspiracy, you go to jail for that shit, man. Conspiring to run an illegal organization or enterprise, an illegal enterprise. You and a couple friends, you and your homeboy decide to start a drug organization to be drug lords and shit like that. You can get, I believe that's in a RICO charge, man. Racketeering, something else, conspiracy. Hey, you see what I mean? You already got a conspiracy. He say, she say that y'all was the ones over there dealing drugs, man. All right. It's not that you fucking a lunatic. It's just that these motherfuckers are saying that you agree with another person to commit a crime. You see what I'm saying? Now you have a conspiracy versus a conspiracy theory. If me and Fred over here talking about, look, we finna go over here and rob this here bank, we are conspiring. Now, if we go and rob the damn bank, we conspire together to go rob the bank. But if we say, you know what? I think it might be a good idea if we go over here and rob the bank. Fred be like, you know what? I think that's a good idea too. But we don't go and rob the bank. That's a conspiracy theory. We theorized it would be a good idea to go rob the bank. We both agreed on that shit, but we didn't actually do it. All right. Now, if we actually acted on it, you would drop the theory because we already conspired together to go commit this here crime. All right. But nevertheless, here in America, Babylon, confusion, everything upside down. Now, this dude here today was talking about, I'd seen another video kind of about, or it was in an article about that dude, talking about how he was bashing some gay journalists or whatever. It says, this move comes after multiple complaints from a journalist and gay right activist. Basically, he was riding on them, whatever, whatnot. Now they tripping, talking about you can't talk about gay people no more, right? But wait a minute, these gay people be talking shit all about us. Oh, you monsters, this and that. Hey, just listen to these motherfuckers. That's the worst place you can go, to a feminist rally or a gay rights rally and whatever, whatnot. You'll be, and them motherfuckers are demonized. You beat the shit out of you, all kind of shit, man. You see what I'm saying? But what, you can't say nothing about them. But these people are basically like terrorist groups, man. Forcing your kids to go to school and learn about anal sex in the 3rd grade and shit, man. What kind of shit is that, man? You see, that's a conspiracy. They didn't conspire together to commit crimes, and then they actually did it. All right, it was a theory at first before they implemented it. Now they actually doing it. But yet we the fucking problem. Damn it, man. Salakia. Give me 1 second. All right, here we go. Alright, that was the end of that video. Just letting you know what's going on. I got 2 more videos. Like I said, they're about 2 minutes apiece. We'll try to run through them real quick.
Do you ever find yourself feeling empty and incomplete? That's what she said! Envious of others. YouTube says it.
This video is called YouTube Bans Holocaust Denier Videos and Policy Reversal from Al Jazeera English. All right.
Will ban what it describes as hateful videos. The video sharing platform owned by Google will block content deemed to promote or glorify racism and discrimination. It'll also remove any videos that deny well-documented historical events such as the Holocaust. It's the latest step by the tech industry to filter out.
Hey, let me rewind that.
Glorify racism and discrimination. It'll also remove any videos that deny well-documented historical events such as the Holocaust.
The Holocaust is not well documented. You go and try to do some research on the Holocaust and see how much information you come up with. You're going to come up with the same 4 or 5 stories. And if you really find enough stories, you'll see that those stories wind up changing over time, man. All right, like the number of the so-called Jews that wound up being killed out there. I believe it started out as a number of around 600,000, and which they didn't even say they was killed. They was not to say misplaced. They was, you know, they was like how they had a refugee situation or whatever, whatnot. Now all these people were being displaced. All right, they was gonna need to find new homes, new jobs, and so on and so forth. That was the first article that came out. Then I believe it was a 400,000 number turned to 600,000, and these people was from Poland anyway. They weren't even over in the land of Israel. But nevertheless, for that number or whatever, whatnot, it goes up to like, I believe from 400,000 to 600,000 to like 1 million to like 3 million to like 4 million to like 6 million. But then when you go and you look at the census of the time before, what is that, 1945? If you go and look at the census of the so-called Jewish people in the world from like, let's say 1940, right, all the way up to like 1950, there was right around 6 million Jews on the planet Earth. All right, so-called self-proclaimed Jews. So how the hell do you kill 6 million Jews and you still to this day got 6 million Jews? You see what I'm saying? Or around that number, a little bit more than that number. Come on, man. There's no way possible. All right, and really, man, I'm not even gonna go into all that shit, man. Go do the research on this shit, man. Go do the math on this shit. How long would it take you to sit here and put a bullet in each and every one of the 6 million people's heads, man? That's a lot of goddamn. And how long would it take you to move all these damn bodies? How long would it take you to gas these motherfuckers and then remove all their damn bodies, man? So long. You'd be out there for some years, multiple years. You'd still be doing this shit, man. You see what I'm saying? But nevertheless,
it's the latest step by the tech industry to filter out hateful and violent content. But some free speech advocates say hate speech shouldn't be censored. Well, Erica Goldberg is from the University of Dayton in Ohio. She says the move could backfire.
There are a very small number of private entities that basically control the conversation on the internet now. And by doing this, YouTube is appointing itself arbiter of what topics we can engage in. It's discriminating on the basis of viewpoint, basically, and that raises a lot of concerns because this speech will get out there, but now it's going to be driven underground where other people can't really engage with it and might not change people.
you hear what she said? It'll still be there. It'll just be underground and hard for people to get to. All right, going into that famine of the word. All right.
Minds, and that leads to sort of further radicalization. So it is a concern that YouTube has so much control now over controversial topics. The counterproductive problems with doing something like this is you create free speech martyrs. You kind of conflate First Amendment or free speech concerns with the truly sort of objectionable views that people want to express. And when a private entity that is so powerful like YouTube censors these opinions, or doesn't treat certain opinions the same as it treats other opinions, you create people who say, well, now I'm not only expressing this opinion, but now I'm championing free speech principles. And you create a group of people that feels even more alienated and marginalized and may already be on the sort of margins, which is why they have kind of offensive views in the first place.
Hey, man, as you see the setup, man, you see what I'm saying? Hey, look, they're going to deem things that they say is so-called not factually true. All they got to say is like, if you was born a male and you got a penis between your legs and these motherfuckers say that you a female, you know what I'm saying? You can't even so-called protest that, right? Like, yo, bro, I got a penis right here. Check my DNA. Look at my X and my Y chromosomes, bro. What's going on here? Oh, but no, that ain't what we want to promote, man. Or just like, they can go on the news and be like, oh, well, Jake had a gun or whatever, whatnot. But then the video showed like, nah, he didn't have a gun, but you can't say nothing about it. Always well documented, this and that. They the ones creating all this stuff, man. He who got the damn pen is writing history, man. They the one writing all the damn facts, man. But what? At the end of the day, the Lord set up the men of the Lord to expose Esau and show all his wickedness, all right? So here goes the last video I'm going to play real quick.
Speech that created.
Now listen to this damn Edomite, his hypocritical ass.
So does anybody else find it really odd that white supremacists are a bigger threat to the world than Islamic terrorism? That
fucking devil. You fucking devil. Do you know your history, you bitch ass nigga?
Is responsible for way more deaths, way more carnage and problems throughout the world, but for some reason
I gotta replay this damn devil.
So does anybody else find it really odd that white supremacists are a bigger threat to the world than Islamic terrorism, that is responsible for way more deaths, way more carnage and problems throughout the world, but for some reason our governments are only focused on white supremacy? For some reason, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook.
Let me stop right there. Tell us something. Hey, how come, don't you find it appalling that, they saying the white people is way more dangerous than the Islamic people? They got more violence, more this and that. Hold up, motherfucker. First of all, we're not on the Islamic people or them Arab people side for nothing. All right. And we also know that they wound up, had a hand in our slavery and things like that. But nevertheless, what happened when y'all brought y'all little red ass over to America, man? 99 million of the people that was already over here, the so-called Native American Indians, who's our brethren, all right? You wound up murdering and killing 99 million of them, man, and stole their whole fucking land and rewrote the history, called them Indians, which is a code word for savage. You called them savages. You brought your little red ass over to their land. They brought, opened their arms unto you, gave you, gifts and shit like that. Then you wound up killing their ass, man. You wound up genociding their ass, giving them how you call that shit? Biological warfare, man. You did all these crazy shits. You wound up killing 100 million of them. In the Middle Passage, 99 million of the so-called Negroes wound up dying in those atrocities. Then you had about 12 million plus slaves that was over here that you brutalized and tormented and tortured, all the way up into the same day, man. Then not even just talking, we just talking about the Israelites. Now, how about we move around to the rest of the world? How come all these different nations are called some other shit? What is American or colonialism? What is all this bullshit that y'all been pushing around the world, man? Before it was America, it was basically Britain and shit like that. All right, who the fuck been doing all of this? So-called white man. He's the one that's the reason why all these nations got different names. All these people call something different. They don't know their heritage. They all fucked up in the head because the so-called white man went in and blew them all up and fucked up their whole livelihood, man. All right, none of the people on the planet Earth are really in a normal state of being because of why the so-called white man went through there and fucked them all up. Even the Arabs in the Middle East, man. All right, despite all the damn news propaganda about terrorists coming over here and threatening this and that, you really ain't seen no shit like that from these goddamn Arabs coming over here blowing shit up. But you can turn the news on any and every damn day and see at least one out of about 4 or 5 countries in the Middle East getting blown the hell and back from the so-called white man. All right, you can go look at Venezuela and see the same damn thing. He over there trying to set up their puppet and overthrow their government. All right, you can see the same thing going on over happen over in Syria. All right, go look at all these different places. Look at over there in what they call Palestine, man. All right, what those Israelis are doing. All right, but yet and still you want to say that, oh man, this is the damn devil, man. I don't know why they calling us the bad guy. Look what these Arabs are doing. Certainly they're more dangerous than, man, get your bitch ass out of here with that old bullshit, man. This is why we call you the damn devil, man. But yet our people still want to cleave to this old bitch ass nigga, man. And Salakia for my language, but this damn nigga gotta go, man. He has got to go. Look at this nigga in his, bro. Let me just play that again. I'm not gonna play much of this video, but damn, this is how they feel.
So, does anybody else find it really odd that white supremacists?
And just because I just apologize for my language, but this is how Jake is. We straightforward. We passionate about the things that we talk about and shit like that. But the so-called white man, look how he, isn't it? Anybody find it curious that they're picking on me? They're always picking on me. But who the fuck is bombing everybody? You over here talking like everybody fucking you up, but does anybody find it weird that they're picking on the white man and not these Arabs? And certainly they're causing more damage, more violence, and killing more people around the world than we are. We're saving people. Bitch, get the fuck out of here with that shit, man.
Are a bigger threat to the world than Islamic terrorism that is...
Wait a minute, so-called white man got goddamn nuclear missiles and shit, and aiming them at motherfuckers right now, and got a military that's in is on goddamn damn near every continent on the planet Earth, or every country on the planet Earth. All right, you damn sure got a goddamn military base on every continent, but you damn near got a military base in almost every country on the planet Earth, man. You know what I'm saying? But you talking about the Islamic terror? What? What? They not over here squatted up over here and oppressing you over here in your country.
It's really odd that white supremacists are a bigger threat to the world than Islamic terrorism that is responsible for way more deaths, way more carnage and problems throughout the world. But for some reason...
We just added up like damn near 300 million people, bro. That's how many people are in America right now. About 340 million people in America right now. Like I said, 100 million of the Native Americans was murdered. 99 million of us in the transatlantic slave trade, plus, about 12 plus million that made it here, so-called Negro slaves that made it here on American soil alone, the United States soil alone. Not to mention the rest of them that came over here. They won't tell you the real number of how many of us came over here, all right? Oh, it was just 12 million of you. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. You see what I'm saying? You was doing this shit for a long time, bro. All right, but yeah, you want to say, oh no, the Arabs is way worse than this, the way worse. Bro, World War II. fuck it, World War One, World War Two, 50 million Russians alone. I believe it was 50 million Russians alone, and like 80 million Chinese people died in that damn war. That was predominantly all goddamn Edomites in that shit. All right, you had some Gooks or some Moabites and Ammonites in there, but mainly it was all Edomites off in that bitch. They was going at war with each other, killed a whole other more than 100 million people in that. You see what I'm saying? But so how many? Can you name me at least 1 million people that these Arabs didn't killed in any time recently, anywhere? You know what I'm saying? Nowhere in history can you find that 100 million people died at the hand of these damn Arabs. Nowhere. Not even close to nowhere near the number of these so-called white people deaths that they've been committing around on Earth. Not only that, you poison the water supply and the whole planet Earth even to the same day. Threatening the thermonuclear missile wars going on, which we know is going to happen. Bro, you trying to extinct the whole planet, bro.
Our governments are only focused on white supremacy. For some reason, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, they're only focused on white people and white supremacy and, talking about Jews, etc. You know, nobody's worried about Islamic terrorism. Nobody's worried about Hamas and all these other people.
Islamic terrorism and Hamas ain't goddamn having a regime change in every other fucking nation on the planet Earth. Muslims and Hamas and Iran and them is not fucking nuking nobody on the planet Earth. They don't got nuclear bombs like that shit, man. You see what I'm saying? They got a military, but they not invading no goddamn body. You don't see Iranian military base. Name me 3 Islamic military bases, all right, or Arab military bases that's ran by, hell, fuck it, just leave it as Arabs. They ain't even got to be Muslims. But name me about 3 Arab military bases that's not already on their own soil, outside of their country. Exactly. How the fuck you talking about they way worse than you? Come on, bro. Half them niggas in the Middle East, they ain't even got shit to really get over here to get you with. You see what I'm saying? Hey, like 9/11, these motherfuckers supposedly, you know what I'm saying, they had to come over here and steal planes. They didn't just come over here with no fighter jets and shit like that with their own bombs and shit. Come on, bro. Come on, man.
Have Twitter accounts, YouTube accounts, sharing videos on YouTube. It's like that isn't much of a problem. You know, we're not going to have huge delegations with other countries deciding on how we're going to censor the internet when a Muslim extremist goes and kills a bunch of people at a movie theater or at a concert at Ariana Grande's.
At a movie theater or a concert, let's just say 50,000 people died up in the concert. I'm going to give them a big ass number. 50,000 people died in there. Motherfucker, you know it's like 1 million people died in Iraq alone. And just like with just the last conflict that we got over there, I just taking one of them nations, not any of these other nations or any of these other places and putting them together. Are you talking about just people getting stabbed up at this place or that place when really it's your proxy army? It's really your own people, your own puppets that you're putting over there to blame this shit on them. All right?
Et cetera, right? There's nothing. We just have to move along, pretend like it never happened. And then when it's something like a white person shooting up a mosque or a synagogue, etc., then we got to change each and every law, each and every rule.
No, you hypocrite bitch ass nigga. Let me put it back to you this way. You talk about these Islamic terrorist scenarios, whatever happened. You know what I'm saying? One fucking Arab or Muslim dude could be into a fist fight with a motherfucker over some, what they call road rage or some shit. Oh, it was an act of terrorist. Bitch, he only knocked out one person. He sliced one dude on the finger or some shit like that in a fight, a regular fight or whatever. He might have killed one person. But wait a minute, you got you goddamn Edomite, and you call them terrorists all the time, but you got you Edomites who your kids go to school and shoot up all these other Edomites and shit like that, but you call it, this is, he was sick, mental issues, he's everything else but a goddamn terrorist. You see, but he's committing terrorist activities and writing manifestos of why he did it and so on and so forth. Yeah, I hate these niggas, man. We gotta go do something about they raping all our, we gotta do something about this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's clear as day that this is what these motherfuckers are doing, but they don't say nothing about it. They're not terrorists. They got mental problems. They got daddy issues at home. Or they suffering from being affluent or basically being rich. They so rich they didn't know that they had to be subjected to the law. They thought they could just kill whoever they wanted to kill and get away with it. Come on, bro. Do you make up each and every excuse? Oh, well, we got to push this under the rug, so on and so forth, man. Dylan Roof, you bring his ass in and give him a dinner or whatever, whatnot, after shooting up some black folks up in the church and shit like that. And even though he told you that's what he was going in there to go do. But yeah, you say maybe he had mental issues or whatever, whatnot. You brought him in without a struggle, without a fight, but yet and still, you run up in the wrong Jake house for the wrong reasons and you putting people down. You had that one cop walk into the wrong apartment and kill Jake. She thought it was her apartment. Like, bitch, you don't know where you live at? You can't discern where you live at, then you shouldn't be a police officer. Didn't you have to use the key to get up in the house? Didn't you realize your house key didn't work in that fucking, the door? Didn't you realize when you walked inside the house and seen somebody else in there, wait a minute, this ain't even my furniture in my house. But yeah, maybe something else happened, she might have been sick, might have been having a bad day. Come on, man.
And why? We are not as big of a threat as Muslims, as extremists.
What language does predominantly the whole earth speak? Is it Arabic or is it English? All right. Which currency does most of the whole world have to use? Is it the American dollar, or what they call the petrodollar, or is it any of the Arab currencies? All right. When they need to, who is putting sanctions on who? Is the Arabs putting sanctions on America, or these Western allies, or is it the other way around? Who got planes and military bases in whose country? Who is bombing whose country for the last 20 years? Is it the Arabs that's been bombing us for the last 20 years, or have we been constantly bombing them for the last 20 years? Exactly.
Muslims, right? No, we're not even close. We don't even come close to the amount of the death count and etc. that Islamic terrorists have committed. So, for all of...
Bro, I just added up damn near 500 million people. I can't even think of about 1 million of these Arabs, or 1 million people that Arabs wind up killing and shit like that. And now, if you want to talk about their own people, that we're not really talking about that, because if that's the case, you can add up all the people that America been killing of their own, so-called citizens, with the food, the water, the drugs, and all so on and so forth, man. All right?
Yes, for just some white people talking about, I don't know, Jewish people on Twitter and etc. or YouTube. Really? You're gonna go through all of...
It's not that. That's what everybody else is doing. The Arabs are talking their shit. We talking our shit. But y'all the ones acting on the shit. Y'all ain't talking. You talking just like him. We're not the problem, and so on and so forth. But secretly, you got them investing in bombs and shit and blowing motherfuckers up and sending your kids off to the military to go fight them damn Arabs and shit like that. Go get them in, son. Go blow them up, son. That's what you over there doing. You gotta protect this, son. You the one sending your kids over there, sending your money over there, talking about some, we gotta protect Israel and shit like that. But yet and still, you over here killing everybody else, man. These people ain't doing that to you. You doing it to them. And you don't even realize, well, you do realize, but you want to be a damn liar about it.
this.
They say support our troops. Really, you supporting terrorism, you stupid motherfuckers.
But for me, it just lets you know that white men, white people, are definitely the enemy of the establishment. We are the enemy of the left because it is white men specifically that created free societies, that created freedom of speech, that created capitalism, that created...
First of all, you didn't really create any of these goddamn systems that you're talking about. And if you so-called claim you did, how did you do it? By killing everybody else around you? How did you get this land to establish the United States, goddammit? How did you get this land to be able to write a constitution, a Declaration of Independence, set up your founding father, set up your goddamn nation? How did you get this place? You had to rape, rob, and murder this goddamn, the people that was on this here land to get this. Like, oh, we gotta have peace. And at the same time, you fucking hypocrites, you tell them all people are created free and equal. Motherfucker, that was 1776. Bitch, you didn't so-called emancipate the slaves until 1855. How the fuck? Goddamn hypocrites. Oh no, but we, you bitch ass nigga, man. You can't, you motherfuckers wonder why I don't like, any of us don't like Edomites, but goddamn. And then you people want to be all close buddy with them because we talk like how we talk and they talk all like this. But really, he talking all nice and peaceful to you, all timid and stuff. But he's over here actively killing people, man. Promoting and upholding all this stuff, man. Over here, yeah, we're going to send some more money to the, U.S. We're going to donate to the U.S. for this cause and that cause and so on and so forth. But you donating for killing all these things. Guarantee this dude got to support the troops, bumper stickers, support this and support that. Come on, bro. What you support, man? You supporting the so-called, the Edomites military bombing every damn body, man. You supporting terrorism, man. All right?
All the things that the left so desperately tries to destroy. They're trying to destroy free speech. They're trying to destroy the market by just having, a bunch of influence in the market with the government, all this other crap. They're trying to destroy meritocracy, all of it, because it all derives from white men. So
wait, let me go back. I caught this
in the market with the government, all this other crap. They're trying to destroy meritocracy.
Hang on.
The market by just having, a bunch of influence in the market with the government, all this other crap. They're trying to destroy meritocracy, all of it, because it all derives from white men. So,
hey man, both of them damn wings of the bird derive from you goddamn Edomites. All right, it's the left, or it's the right, it's the Democrats, bitch, it's all of y'all. This is the bullshit game that you playing, man. The Hegelian dialectic, man. All right, problem, reaction, solution, man. All right, you got to have one side or another side to come to agreements in the middle for what you allotted to begin with.
It makes perfect sense that the establishment, that everybody is so focused on white supremacy and white replacement theory and all this other stuff, instead of the Islamic terrorism that is a much, much bigger threat to people's general safety than a fucking white supremacist or some bullshit.
I can't hear no more of this shit, because them Arabs ain't got no goddamn bombs and ain't dropping them shits on nobody. It's you goddamn Edomites that's doing this shit, man. All right, let me grab some scriptures, man. Go to Isaiah real quick. Isaiah, what is that? Isaiah 14:8, I think it is. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna read Isaiah 14:16 and 17. Isaiah 14:16. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake the kingdoms, that made the world a wilderness, that and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners? Motherfuckers ain't saying that about them Arabs. It's about the so-called white man. The so-called white man did all this. These are his issues, man. He's the one that says, let me see, it says, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake the nations or kingdoms? Salakia. When did the Arabs do that? When did the Arabs have the whole fucking planet Earth and shell shocked and scared to do anything, man? Because at any point in time, hey, these Americans had nuclear bombs the whole time. It ain't really no problem with these motherfuckers over there, man. They could go over there with one bomb and wipe the whole Middle East out, man. In reality, they just over there fucking with them, you know, they trying to kill them with a slow death, man. All right, but nevertheless, it's the so-called white man that's doing this, man. But this is what these other nations are doing right now. But he's like, I'm not the problem, guys. I'm actually part of the... Why is everybody picking on me? Yeah, bitch, because you've been a bully the whole time. Now everybody ganging up on your ass and exposing your ass, all right? Let me go to the book of Obadiah 1:6. It says, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? Because, wow, all of Esau's dirty laundry is being exposed right now, all right? So here's the question. How is... You know, Esau got these secret societies, the Illuminati, the hidden things, you know, so on and so forth. All these, you know, everybody thought he was an angel and everything was all good. But come to find out, he the damn devil, man. So how are all these things found out about Esau, all right? 2 Thessalonians 2:8. Well, I'm going to go up a little higher than 8, actually. 2 Thessalonians 2:3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that the man of sin, the son of and that the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. All right, going into what? The damn devil, man. Exposing who the damn devil is, which is the so-called white man. All right, because why? He's the man of sin, the son of perdition. He's this motherfucker just throwing everything and everybody off, man. All right, the wicked. It says, verse 4. These are characteristics of the so-called white man, who opposes and exalted himself above all that is called God or that is worship, so that he is God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. And just touching on this briefly, look, the Most High, you know, commanded the angels and YAHAWASHI to what? Create everything on the planet Earth, and saw it was all good. But what? So-called white men want to recreate everything, right? You know, the Most High had it set up that every fruit was going to have a seed bearing in itself. But what? So-called white man said, no, we're going to give you GMO, seedless, everything, man. All right? The Most High said, look, you're going to have, you know, you're going to be built this certain type of way. Edomite said, no, we're going to give you prosthetics and robotic limbs. The Most High gave you a brain, a supercomputer in your mind called a brain. The so-called white man try to give you what? Artificial intelligence. Not real intelligence, but artificial intelligence. The shit he made up. All right? And only limits you to that. All right? Also, well, I spoke on the GMOs, but nevertheless, hey, man, he want to know any and everything about everybody else, man, and set the boundaries of all the people, give them their borders, and tell them what they're going to do and how they're going to be except for the Most High, man. See, this is the so-called white man to the T, man. Verse 5, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now ye know that withhold it, that he might be revealed at his time, because this is the time now that he's going to be revealed as being a damn devil, all right? And this is the time he going in, this is why he crying right now, because he's like, wait a minute, why is people picking on me? Because he used to be able to get away with all this shit to begin with. Nah, we're not over there killing people, we're over there helping people, you know? A bomb accidentally fell off the truck and blew up, and it just so happened to kill some people. That's collateral damage. This is a better way of saying you just killing civilians, bro. It says, for the mystery of iniquity doth doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked, all right, the so-called white man, the devil, and then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. So how is the Lord going to consume with the spirit of his mouth, man? How is he going to be revealed and consumed with the spirit of the Lord's mouth? First and foremost, the scriptures say the Lord will do nothing unless he reveal his secrets unto his servants, the prophets, all right? Nevertheless, just getting back to verse 8, it says, then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. Our people the men of the Lord are supposed to be exposing the so-called white man and who he is, the damn devil. Letting our people know who the damn devil is, the enemy, and so on and so forth. All these different atrocities, all the wickedness of the so-called white man is being brought out mainly by who? The Israelites, the men of the Lord. All right. This is why they're going into the YouTube bans and things like that, trying to get us off. Because why? He being exposed being the damn devil. Now everybody looking at him a little crooked. Like, is this the man that did destroy the whole damn earth? Is this the motherfucker that's been causing us all these problems? Is this the motherfucker who turned the whole earth upside down? Now everybody's seeing that because why? The spirit of the Lord is resting upon his prophets, his servants, and they are doing what? They out there putting in work, exposing the so-called white man. All right. It says, and then shall the wicked, that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. For this cause the Most High shall send them a strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness. So look, if you don't want to believe the truth of how the Lord is having it being brought out to you right now, man, all right, you're just believing in the lie. But when that death and destruction come, because he has a bill he has to pay, man, you don't believe that he got to pay for this because somebody told you somebody that whispered in your ear, we're going out to eat, and it's going to be all you can eat. It's going to be for free. You can get whatever you want to get. But you didn't confirm that. You just hear he say, she say. But now they coming and bringing your ass a bill. Bitch, you still got to pay the bill. No matter what somebody told you. That's not true, man. They lied to you. All right. Let me grab another supporting precept on that about how the so-called white man is going to be revealed. All right. This is Psalms 19:1. It says, the chief musician, the Psalm of David. The heavens declare the glory of the Most High, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. All right. Well, let me just stop there. The heavens declare the glory of the Most High, and the firmament shows his handiwork. Because why? Up in the sky, in the so-called heavens, the sky, outer space, and stuff like that, you have what? What's floating around the damn earth? Satellites. How are we using these phones right now? You know what I'm saying? To upload and have the internet. You can watch these from anywhere around the damn world by just tapping into the internet. All right. And that internet is what? Those satellites is being ran up, the internet is being ran through these here satellites up in the firmaments up in the sky. So what? It says the heavens declare the glory of the Most High, and the firmament shows his handiwork. All these things are being revealed mainly through what? The internet. All right. People ain't going into these churches no more. You can get your whole breakdown and all this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding right here on the YouTube, on the internet. All right. Verse 2, it says, day unto day utter a speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. So look, every day you got, men of the Lord are uploading videos to the YouTube day after day after day. Daytime, nighttime, 24 hours of the day. Brothers on different time schedules, work schedules, and things like that. So what? The Lord has it spread out and set up that what? 24 hours a day, basically, there's a brother uploading a video or recording a video, uploading a video, and there's brothers watching fresh content all day, all night. All right. It says, verse 2, day unto day utter a speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. There's no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Why? Because this is the internet. You see what I'm saying? Like, I got this app that shows, it's like YouTube analytics, and it'll show you where my views are coming from. All right. Now, I believe I'm in the 80th percentile of my views come from here in the United States, but the other 20% come from overseas in very different places. You know what I'm saying? In places, first of all, I ain't never been out of America. So none of them countries I ain't never been to. I ain't preached over there. I ain't did nothing over in none of them countries. All right. And to even say that they even can speak English or understand English, I don't know. I don't care. That ain't for me to care about. The Lord say they gonna figure it out one way or another. And so what? In the YouTube, they have a translate button where you can have these things translated on the damn screen. So they can take our videos and just watch it through translated. Or there's actually some of our brothers, because we scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Some of our brothers are in these lands and these nations. They hear this here word. They can speak our language. They can also speak their own language. And they do what? They'll listen to our video and then they'll do a voiceover word for word. And they just repeat what we're saying so that they can further edify into their country or in their native tongue the things that we already putting out. So what? There ain't no language nor, verse 3, there's no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. All right. So just because I can't speak Mandarin don't mean that our videos ain't being seen over in China, man. You might have an Israelite that look like a Chinese man over there that can understand both languages, or even, you know, Jake that look like Jake living over there but can speak Mandarin and is taking these videos and retranslating them into Mandarin, all right, and then re-uploading them, all right? So we don't have to worry about what language we speak to go speak to the people in Swahili and Arabic or whatever. No, that ain't our job. We just put it out however, whatever the Lord gave us, we give it to him just that way. The Lord will do the rest, man. All right, the Lord has all these things set up from the jump street, man. All right, so it says, there's no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line, like, you know how they used to say America online, or I'm about to get online on the internet. All right, it says their line is going out throughout all the earth. All right, and also, like, really those, like, beforehand we had America Online using that through what, dial-up, telephone lines, cable lines. Now you have basically wireless internet transmission going back through those satellites. All right, it says their line is going out throughout all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun, which is as a bridegroom cometh out of his chambers, and rejoices as a strong man to run the race. Verse 4 again, the line is going out throughout all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. So guess what, man? This gospel is being preached throughout the whole earth. Then the end is going to come, as the scriptures say. But guess what? Again, we don't have to get on no airplanes and go to different countries and prophesy and go to different states and all that extra shit. No, we just be wherever we at, upload a video, and then you can see it all the way around the world based off of this here YouTube, all right? And then not only that, hey, I get on that YouTube analytic app that I got, I can tell that there are some of you users that are taking my videos and downloading them and and re-uploading them to other sites, in which I don't mind. Hey, do you? You know, I don't care if you re-upload these videos at all. In fact, if you got the spirit and power in you, hey, go ahead and re-upload these here videos, all right? But like I said, on that YouTube analytic app, I can tell that there's a lot of people that are taking my videos and they're uploading them to places like Facebook. You know, I don't have a Facebook. I ain't had a Facebook in well over 10 years, but nevertheless, I got a lot of views coming in on Facebook, but I don't have my videos on Facebook. But guess what? The Lord is putting in that work. He's having people take these videos and spreading them out. All right. It's spreading like a wildfire. So it says their line is going out throughout all the earth, man, and their words to the end of the world. All right. So what? You can't really stop this from going out, man. But the so-called white, well, let me rephrase that. The so-called white man is going to try to stop all of this, in which he will put a stop to all of this. But ultimately, it's the Most High's plan. All right. Let me finish this out. Verse 6, his going forth is from the end of the heaven, and his circuits unto the ends of it, and there's nothing hid from the heat thereof. So guess what? On the internet, you can't, just like you, bro, you're going to be exposed on the internet, bro. You can't hide nothing, because why? You can always look up on the internet and find out things about this, and you find out things about that, and you can just expose any and everybody that you want, man. Most people wind up getting exposed on the internet. You know, somebody want to embarrass somebody else, they'll wind up uploading them or something like that to the internet, and then doing a so-called exposed video, you know, just like how we doing on Edom, you know, uploading videos on the YouTube and on the internet, exposing his ass for his wickedness. All right. So from here, like I was just speaking on, the so-called white man, hang on, I'm gonna grab this and we're gonna close out. The so-called white man, all right, wants to basically cut us off. Right now, he is gonna eventually cut us off. But it's not really of his doing. This is all of the plan of the Most High. And so ultimately, we are all following the Most High's plan. So, but this is to take heed for, you know, you Israelites that are following it and things like that, man. Get your house in order, because there is an end coming. This is the writing on the wall for us to measure the time diligently to let us know what time we in. All right. So it says Amos 8:11. Behold, the days come, saith Yahawah power, that I will send a famine in the land. All right. Now a famine dealing with food and water, or your nourishment, right? It says not a famine of bread nor of thirst for water, but of hearing the word of the Lord. All right. Now, this is basically a metaphor that's being said here. All right. So a famine really is dealing with a shortage of food and water. So you can't feed and nourish yourself, right? You'll wind up either starving to death or a lack of nutrients and food, or you'll die of thirst or dehydration for a lack of water, right? But what does the scripture say? Man shall not live off of bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of YAHAWASHI. All right. So, and then also, what YAHAWASHI said, he that believeth on me, out of his belly shall flow, rivers of how do I say, living water. All right. So nevertheless, these, you know, this is a spiritual water and a spiritual, food. All right. That we, are eating in. All right. These scriptures. All right. This is a physical food, because just like regular food and water, which builds you up, give you nutrients and so on and so forth. All right. This here same, let me give you something. This is Exodus, Ezekiel 2:8 through 10, and Ezekiel 3:1 through, I think, 4. It says, but thou son of man, hear what I say unto thee. Be not thou rebellious like that rebellious house. Open thy mouth and eat that I give thee. And when I looked, behold, a hand was set upon me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein. And it spread before me, and it was written within and without, and there was written therein lamentation, mourning, and woe. So he didn't really go over here and eat this here book. No, he went and, how you say, devoured the book in a metaphorical way, man. He over here breaking bread, or he ingested or digested what was being read inside this here book. I read the book, I retained what was in the book, and I got something up out of the book, man. Just like, let's say you're trying to figure something out, and you don't know what it is, so you basically starving, you hungry, you don't have the nutrients and the vitamins to get shit that you need or to put together something, right? So what, you go and you get you an instruction manual. Then you do what? You eat that instruction manual. You don't put it in your mouth and eat it. You read it and you put it in your mind and your brain. You getting it built up. So you know now when you go back to your project, oh, now I know how to put this together because I done ate this here food and I digested it. I understand what I was reading and so on and so forth. Same with these scriptures. Let me go to Ezekiel 3 real quick. It says, Ezekiel 3:1, it says, moreover, he said unto me, son of man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll and go speaking to the house of Israel. Talking about these scriptures. Understand what the Most High is going to give you the breakdowns to these here scriptures. So it's for you to go out and feed it back to the children of Israel. All right. So I opened my mouth and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said unto me, son of man, cause thy belly to eat and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey. All right. And he said unto me, son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel and speak my words unto them. So Ezekiel wasn't really fed nothing here. He didn't really eat nothing here, but he was understanding and ingesting the breakdowns that the Most High was giving them for him to do what? To go back and feed it to the children of Israel. All right. So when we talk about when we talk about back over here in Amos about this here famine, Amos 8:11, behold, the days come, saith Yahawah power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread nor of thirst for water, but of hearing the word of Yahawah. So basically the Lord's gonna let me just keep reading. Verse 12, and they shall wander from sea to sea and from north even to the east, and they shall run to and fro and seek the word of Yahawah and shall not find it. Verse 13, in that day shall the fair virgins and the young men faint for thirst. All right, so what? This is talking about basically the Lord has the men of the Lord on the highways and the byways, preaching and prophesying, raising up and warning the children of Israel, all right, feeding them with these scriptures. But what the Lord said, hey, in that day I'm going to cause a famine to come upon the land, not a famine of bread or thirst, but of hearing the word. So what? The Lord is going to remove his prophets from off the streets and from uploading these here videos, man. So ultimately what? We see this shaping up as far as what? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man trying to do the hate speech and shut us off of YouTube and all these different things, man. So for you that watch our videos and you getting built up, you eating over here, just know that they about to come in and raid our restaurant and shut us down, bro. We know you like the food, everything is all good. So what we telling you to do is come on in here and get as much food as you can and take home as much food as you can and eat as much food as you can before they come and shut us down. Because once they shut us down, bro, you ain't gonna have no more food to eat, man. You're gonna have to survive off of all the food you done stacked up. All right. But what? Measuring the time diligently and looking at all these things coming to pass. Let me grab one more. We're going to close out. Habakkuk 2:3, just to the point. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come and not tarry. So these visions, the prophecies, hey, they're for an appointed time, a certain time. Yeah, we keep uploading videos about the famine of the word and so on and so forth. But look, it's for an appointed time. Though it tarry, though it's not, we didn't report it on YouTube going down and removing videos and this and that, to new this and new that. And we still here to this day. So you can be like, well, y'all still here after all the shit y'all was talking. But look, though it tarry, wait for it. It's going to surely come, man. It's not for this time or this day right here, right now, today. They might do 2 or 3 more little more moves before they actually start talking about, all right, we're going to take you Israelites off. Because if they do that now, they admitting their guilt and that we right, oh yeah, we just want to block the Israelites. No more Israelites, no more Hebrew Israelite stuff on the internet. If that was the case, but why the fuck y'all trying to block that? Obviously it's a threat to you. All right. But nevertheless, these are the things that we're approaching in these latter times, man, to let us know that we are in the latter times and the Lord's return is right around the corner, man. So we need to get our house in order and make sure we got oil for our lamps so we don't get caught caught as a thief in the night, man. All right. But nevertheless, Lord willing, this here lesson was edifying into the elect. Until next time, I say, call halal Yahawah, Bahashim, YAHAWASHI, Bahashim, HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of great millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you. I can push in this truth as a sincerity in the 4 corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So next time, I say, stay strong and shalom.